What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going over the weapons and the strats in the classes that a lot of the TF2 community sees as too easy, and I'm going to try and convince you guys that there's nothing inherently wrong with something being easy in this game, and that we shouldn't try to invalidate people for wanting to play easy things. And I know I just went over with the skill required that I think needs for each class, but I did not make those videos to invalidate a class at all, and in reality, I have absolutely no problem with something being easy, and neither should you. I'm going to start off with the arguably most contentious too easy thing in this game, the Phlog. And although this is a heated topic for a lot of the community, I'm going to say it with my chest, the Phlog is fine.
You get crits, not mini crits, you get full-on fucking crits.
Change it out. Change it out now.
So there are two major groups that generally hate the Phlog for being too easy, and the first of these groups are players who feel robbed by getting killed by the Phlog because it's brain dead. But a lot of people will get very upset when they are playing a strategy that takes a lot of acquired skill in this game, right? Such as like playing Demo Man and trying to hit pipes, or maybe even a scout who needs to have a lot of raw aim just to get killed by a Phlog pyro who is holding down their mouse and walking towards them, right? However, the Phlog may be easier compared to the other flamethrowers, but it is probably the most counterable primary that the pyro has. To put it simply, if a Phlog pyro just WM1s into a Demo Man, and the Demo Man loses, 9 times out of 10, it is because the Demo Man did not hit his pipes. Because 9 times out of 10, if the Demo Man did hit his pipes, the pyro would have lost. And the same is true of the scout example. If the scout had simply stayed outside of the Phlog pyro's range and hit his shots, the pyro would have lost. And now look at the oomph mechanic, which is what distincts the Phlog from the other flamethrowers. Although it shreds through most classes with ease to get pretty wild pushes, as well as even like defenses at times, the oomph mechanic is also not some impenetrable wall that no one has any chance to get through. Although the pyro running the Phlog's offensive capabilities go through the roof, they still have the same 175 health as before, meaning they would still die to 2 pipes, a couple of rockets, or even like a couple of good meat shots from a scout, and basically everything else that would have killed pyro before. And conveniently, all of these damage sources can still stay outside of the range of the Phlog, meaning that if you can position yourself right, all the same things that could kill the Phlog pyro before can still reliably shut down a Phlog pyro, even if he has oomph. And we've gone this whole time without mentioning that in order to get the oomph, you have to actually charge it up and then go through pyro's full primary taunt animation to activate it. And which during that time, although you are invincible, a sniper could charge up a shot to hit you as soon as it's done, a demo could put stickies all over the ground beneath you, a scout can wait at the perfect range to hit a meat shot and stay outside of his range the second he gets back up, a heavy can rev up directly next to him, because yes, a point blank heavy is going to kill an oomph pyro, even though he has the crits. And even Spy can shut down a Phlog pyro after the animation with a backstab, which pyro is generally seen as the counterclass to Spy in this game. So to me, it makes sense to get caught off guard and get killed a couple times by a Phlog pyro, but if you consistently get dominated by Phlog pyros and get mad because it's too easy and you somehow deserve that kill, then in all honesty, it's less of the Phlog pyro's problem and more of a you thing. And before you think I'm defending the Phlog pyro because I'm a pyro main, pyro is in the lower echelons of game time for me, which transitions well into the next group of people who get mad at the Phlog, which are pyro mains who think it devalidates the skill behind their class because it's too easy. So because pyro is generally seen as like an easy class, people who main pyro defend him and try and advocate for him having the potential to be a dynamic class, right? Which I totally agree with. But because the Phlog takes away a mechanic that pyro mains used to defend him and replaces it with an easier to use mechanic, many pyro players hate the Phlog because it thinks that makes their class look bad. Because pyro already has a reputation for being easy, and the Phlog reconfirms that stereotype for a lot of people, right? But to these people, I say, it shouldn't matter to you. People are gonna think what they think, and getting upset at someone for using a weapon that tampers with the reputation of your class is not helping anything, and it comes off as weird and insecure about your class. And if you ask me, stop caring what people think about pyro. And if you play him to be dynamic, then continue to do that. But this is a video game, and some people may like easier strategies than you. Oh, okay. Now that we are done with the most hated 2 easy weapon, let's move on to a more subtle one, the lock and load. So when people say that the lock and load is too easy, what they mean is that it's easier to lead on shots for new players because the angle of the pipes is more straight and fast, which makes it easier to like directly hit people, right? And this is understandable. If you read the description text of it and you encountered it in game a couple of times, it would seem as if they are hitting more shots on you because it's easier. Which for a brand new player, it is probably easier to hit pipes with this thing compared to Stalker the Iron Bomber. But due to its lower clip size, it may be easier to hit pipes for most. However, if you do not hit them, the penalty is higher because you run out of it inside of your clip, right? And then without rollers, you need to hit direct shots to kill people. So it may be easier to hit direct shots with the lock and load, but you need to hit them to do damage with it. So this for me is another example of an easy weapon that's not really a problem at all, and most people who get mad at it don't understand its utility in general. Being able to engage fights from further away with the lock and load is a very valid reason to use it. And with its destructive capabilities against like NG's buildings, I would say most people who use the lock and load don't even use it because it's easy. And honestly, to be fair, I haven't seen as many people get upset about this weapon being easy compared to the Phlog. And because of that, I do not have as much to fight back on for it. But there is still a lot of people who pass this weapon off as just a crutch or just something to get really easy kills off of compared to stock. And I do not agree with that. With its downsides, it is a very generally balanced weapon, which, yes, is easier in some regards, but honestly, it's more difficult in other regards. And honestly, the easier part of the lock and load doesn't even apply to everyone. Because if you're used to the arc and the speed of, like, normal pipes, you will actually probably hit less shots with the lock and load. So if you think that this weapon is just a simple crutch, I would implore you to use it more. Alright, so the last weapon example that I'm gonna use for this video is the Huntsman. So since most people see Sniper is a hard class, a lot see the Huntsman is too easy, since you can still get one-shot potential on every class with a projectile that is spammable on choke points, rather than the perceived very skillful hit-scan headshots of the rifles. And yes, when I was a new player, I generally got way more kills with the bows than the rifles. However, again, I think in this case, people think easier means bullshit, which I would disagree with like crazy for the bows. The Huntsman, in my opinion, makes the sniper immediately more enjoyable to fight against. Sure, it's annoying to get headshot the second you leave your team's area by a Huntsman sniper who's just spamming, but the difference between most bow encounters versus most rifle encounters, in my experience, is that against the bow, it's actually a fight. To elaborate on that, most of the time you encountered a normal rifle sniper, I don't see it as a fight. It's either you die immediately from across the map, or you lose most of your health from across the map, or you catch him up close and you just like take him down easily, right? While when I fight a bow sniper, that formula gets changed. So you can see the actual trajectory of his arrows and try and dodge it. And on top of that, bow sniper feels like you're actually fighting someone. When you kill him or get killed by him, it feels like you actually won or that you lost, and not that you just died or got a kill, right? And if I'm playing a soldier and I actually like get at the jump on a bow sniper and he hits me with a fully charged body shot, now I am stuck below half health, but I only need to hit 2 rockets on him. But he can kill me if he happens to hit another one of those shots, or if he uses his SMG. Which, in other words, it means that now there's actually a dynamic encounter going on, and not just me dying or killing him with ease, right? So yes, the Huntsman may be easier in general than the other primaries, but in this case, too easy just adds more enjoyment for me to fight that class rather than detrimenting my experience. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the classes people think are too easy in depth, as everyone knows the main culprits, right? You know, pyro, heavy, an engineer and all that. But at the end of the day, I feel like you could very validly get upset about any of the classes in TF2, and there is potential of bullshit in every class in this game, but I think you lose a lot of people when you complain about something being stupid, or someone playing like a shitter for playing a class that you think is too easy. So most of the free-to-play-esque strategies that people get so upset over super easily are very easily counterable, and honestly there's no shame in dying to dumb things in TF2. I think that's honestly a core aspect of this game. What is TF2 if there are not hundreds of strategies that range in difficulty as well as its utility, right? And I honestly think it's a major upside that there are plenty of strategies in this game that don't take like a metric ton of skill or thought process, as well as a bunch that do, right? It means that there's a wide variety of people that can enjoy this game. So I use the 3 examples that I use, not only because they are common targets of hate, but also because I think they exemplify the fact that if you really think about it, none of the easy peasy strategies in this game are really like bullshit. It's mostly just people don't understand them or how to deal with them, and they turn it to hate for it because the person who killed them didn't really have to try exceptionally hard, right? But overall, just play what you want on a play, right? If you like just being able to just completely stop thinking and just WM1 with the Phlog, then more power to you. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna mention before I close this out is that there are strategies that are easy that are also annoying, no doubt. Like some big examples that I can think of are like the short circuit, as well as like the black box punch combo, right? But everyone knows that people play these strategies not for their ease, but just to upset people and be annoying, right? Or in the example of specifically the black box conch, to genuinely just be a crutch, right? But the difference, I would say, in strategies like this versus weapons like the Phlog or the lock and load, is that the common complaint for the Phlog is that they are too easy, right? While the common complaint for the annoying strategies like the black box conch or the short circuit is that they are broken or annoying, right? So when I say you shouldn't care about something being too easy, I mean that you shouldn't care about something being too easy just for the fact that it's easy, right? But if something that is straight up broken or meant to be annoying that also happens to be easy, obviously that's different. Alright, you guys, so I hope you liked the video. Remember that these are all my opinions and that you're absolutely entitled to disagree with me, and let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments. Thanks for all the support on all these videos, and have a good day.